It is pretty strange. I remember talking to Wynn about this job and this duty of basically rebuilding the Grey Wardens. And one of the jobs and duties that I was going to have that really filled me with a great deal of trepidation and even despair at times was recruiting new Grey Wardens. Not the least because of the trauma of the joining ritual. When I saw Dorothy, when I saw Davith and Jory die. And now Mhairi. Anyway, Wynn had listened very intently to me because I had talked to her because she's kind of like a surrogate mom to me. And she told me she had a suggestion for someone that could help ease things out, who she thought for some reason would do just fine at the joining ritual. And that was Sir Mhairi. Well, we now know that isn't true, but I remember she talked about Sir Mhairi, that she had originally come from a minor family in Navarra, and she'd come to Ferelden at a very, very young age. She'd basically been escaping basically a fight that had occurred among the nobility, and in terms of the line of monarchical succession in terms of the monarchy. And it's very common for there to be fights over succession sometimes in Navarra. But she'd come at a very young age, and she hadn't been back since then. And everyone had talked about how she'd done very well in the fighting around Ferelden, that she was a person of the highest moral caliber, that she represented the very essence of a knight, that she was very honorable, very honest, had a great deal of integrity, was a skilled and noble warrior, one of great renown and puissant skill, and that she felt that Sir Mhairi had the sort of unique moral vigor and capacity to basically survive the joining. To be honest, I don't think it has anything to do with morality, with your personal moral character at all. I think it's just basically whether your body reacts to it a certain way or not, on whether it kills you instantly or kills you after a number of years. But I agreed to have Sir Mhairi along, and I enjoyed her company. She was great. She was great to talk to, very nice. I liked her a lot. And I did kind of look with trepidation at doing the entire joining ritual with her, but it was great seeing her. It was great bringing her along. And now she's dead. And so before I go, I'm going to basically go off, and I'm going to pay my last respects. From what I understand, they're going to probably take the body back to Navarra because that's where her family would have wanted, and we don't have the time or money for the trip. And basically they basically embalm the bodies and place them within these crypts that are sort of like homes. They don't cremate or bury them in a more prosaic and practical manner. And maybe it's fitting that she goes there and experiences that. So for right now, they have her kind of on ice on the ice house, in the ice house. And eventually we'll figure out a way to send her back after we notify her family and make arrangements. So I'm going to go and say goodbye to her now. That will be one letter that I will not enjoy writing, among many others over the years, in the future, I assume. Mhairi! Mhairi, what? Mhairi, what happened? I thought you were dead. What happened? She just got up and came out of the ice house? Oh my. What's going on? What's going on? Do you have anything to say? I can't believe you're alive. You shouldn't be alive. You're supposed to be dead. What happened? This doesn't make any sense.
It looks as if the Maker was watching over me, Commander. If I hadn't been sent to find you, I would be dead, just like the others. Allow me to say, I'm very proud to serve under your command. I look forward to my joining.
Mhairi?
Once I become a Grey Warden in truth, I hope we can repay these monsters for what they've done here.
I think we need to... I'm very happy that you're alive, but...
Once I become a Grey Warden in truth, I hope we can repay these monsters for what they've done here.
Okay, I think... Let's get you dressed first. Okay. Give me her clothes. I'm very happy to see you alive. It makes me very happy. It's great that you're alive. I was so worried about you being dead and felt bad. But you must be cold after being in that ice house. I'm sorry. You reacted how people normally do when they die, and we assumed that you had passed away, just like everyone else who reacts that matter. That's how Davith died. His reaction, what his reaction was when he died. And I guess we didn't bother checking because Pat Verel was familiar with this too. He'd seen other people who'd done the journey ritual who died in the same manner that you had. But it's good to see that you're still alive, but I don't understand. Anyway, let's get you armed and armored, okay? You must be cold after being in that place. Let's see. And then we need to talk. I need to know exactly what happened. 1:30. Okay. Okay, Mhairi, what happened? Do you remember anything?
Once I become a Grey Warden in truth, I hope we can repay these monsters for what they've done here.
Do you remember the joining or anything at all? Other than the immediate fight? Let's check with Sir Alice. Alice, yeah, I know, she's alive. It's a shock. Anders, can you give her an examination and see if there's anything strange? Okay, so, you've already done that, and then you referred her to me? Well, you should have dressed her. Okay. And she was just alive, so we evidently thought she was dead, but she wasn't. But I don't really sense the taint within her, and she doesn't appear to have the taint. So she took the joining. She did the joining. She reacted in a way people usually do when they die. So much so that we thought she was dead. We took her to the ice house. You guys took her to the ice house. Then she reanimated and woke up. You confirmed that she was alive and not undead. You brought her here. You examined her. And it appears like she doesn't actually have the taint, even though she tried the exact same thing we did. This is not supposed to happen. You either die, or you survive the joining but are cursed by the taint. The only thing I've ever heard of happening like this was someone named Fiona, who I don't know much about. I heard a story once, Alistair mentioned this to me, that Fiona was an elven mage who was inducted into the Grey Wardens and then somehow lost the taint and she was removed from the Grey Wardens. Okay. So you will do research to see what's going on, and I will try talking to her to see what the situation is. Okay.
Once I become a Grey Warden in truth, I hope we can repay these monsters for what they've done here.
So you don't remember the joining. But you do seem to remember the events that happened here. What can you tell me about your family and your history? Maybe there's something I don't know. Do you know any reason why this would happen?
Once I become a Grey Warden in truth, I hope we can repay these monsters for what they've done here.
Okay, I'm talking about why you might have survived the joining. Okay, what can you tell me about your family? You don't really remember. You don't remember much of anything beyond fighting here. Do you remember being a soldier for Ferelden? Do you remember... What do you remember outside of fighting here? You remember wind. Do you remember anything else before that? Okay. Maybe you have some sort of amnesia or something like that. You also seem to be really single-mindedly focused. Maybe we can figure out what happened. Okay. Just follow me wherever I go, okay?
Should we get a move on? Should we get a move on?
Once again, you seem to remember when and fighting here and not much of anything else. Let's talk later, okay? Just follow my lead, stick by me.
No rest for the wicked, huh? Point the way, fearless leader.
Okay. Got anything else to add?
Should we get a move on?
Okay.
The Tower of Magi has sent me as an ambassador, Commander. In
Good.
addition to my diplomatic function, I'm a competent enchanter and runesmith. Is there anything you need?
Do you have any runes for sale?
Certainly.
Okay. So I see a lot of runes. See a little bit of that. Okay. Eventually we will be doing this when we get a significant amount of cash.
May I be of service? Of course.
See what this process looks like. Okay. Okay, we have rooms that we can stick in armor. That's nice. Nice to know that we've advanced. For the time being, I think we need to protect Sir Mhairi. I'm a bit concerned about what's happened to her. Maybe we can help her capture who she was again. Let's talk to Ogren.
Ooh, I think a blister on my foot just exploded.
How appealing.
Need something pummeled? Just say the word. Ah! Who's there?
Did I startle you?
I was just keeping my nose to the dust. You know, watching out for the Schleets. One of the lads here told me about the Schleets. Said they're common in Ferelden. They lie on the ground, looking like ordinary pairs of pants. Till you turn around. That's when they strike.
Ogren, there's no such thing. Ah, those Schleets.
Right. You've heard of them. Ants that eat your eyeballs. After they're done with you, they just wander off on their unnatural pant legs.
You weren't told the best part?
Best part?
They're not real.
Sod. Come on, I've been on the surface less than 2 years. I don't know what's up here. That Jacob's gonna get it when I get my hands on him.
I'm sorry, but you don't have that excuse, buddy. I'm a castless dwarf. Yeah, I've been here longer than you, but not by that much. It was a few months, okay? I was... not even a few months. I wasn't here up that much longer. I was up here less than a year. Had less than half a year before you came along, okay, buddy? Seriously. We're talking maybe a few more months after you. Okay, seriously. And I figured that out. So you don't get to pull the excuses quite that far. There's nothing magical in that handful of months I was here for longer than you.
Need something pummeled? Just say the word.
Slightly.
Mistress Woolsey says I can set up shop here. The merchant you saved was grateful to be alive. Restocked me for a bargain. The savings are yours, of course.
Sounds
You
good.
need anything, Commander?
Let me see what you have. Okay. I'm just going to wait on getting stuff. I just want an idea on what he's got. I need to talk to everybody first. More bombs, which is nice. So these are the tracings. Okay. That's not. Some of this stuff is already better than... Yeah, some of that stuff is already... Yeah, that's just as good, if not better, than some of the stuff we've got. That's good stuff. That's amazing. Of course, we might be getting better stuff, so... Let me read this book before I talk to... It should speak right away, but I'm going to wait for the moment. Okay. That's not bad, but we've got better stuff. And let me do some reading, and then I will talk to my people. I'm going to talk to them and then do the reading. A book on various orders of warriors, with particular emphasis on Grey Wardens, Ash Warriors, Legion of the Dead, and the Silent Sisters. Okay, just give me a moment, guys. Dumat's Spine. That sounds like a... And it is. That's a good sword. Ooh, 25 critical bags. Yeah.
Hey, I gotta thank you for saving my hide today. There was that guy, and he was all, "Grr," and I was, "Grr," but then I got hit by an arrow, and then I fell over, and it was meep, but you were there, and you were all, "Roar." Spectacular.
Happy to help, Ogren.
I'm gonna drink to you, Commander. Here's to the... Here's to the...
Well, that did allow him to have an incredibly unique reaction to the joining ritual. Better than yours, Mhairi. You ended up getting put on ice for a moment by mistake. Okay, I'll read about that just as soon as I talk to everybody.
To business, then. Orlais sent a dozen wardens to the vigil to await your arrival. Nearly all died in the attack, but Kristoff is still in the field.
Why was Kristoff off in the field?
The Orlesian wardens were uneasy that the Darkspawn weren't going to ground with the Blight ended. Kristoff was sent to track down some leads. A fortnight ago, he left in a bustle. As best we figure, he went to the city, Amaranthine.
Did Kristoff reveal anything of what he found?
He did, but not to me. The wardens keep their own counsel.
Why aren't the Darks... Amaranthine isn't small. How will I find him?
Only so many places travelers visit. I check the inns and taverns.
Why aren't the Darkspawn returning to the Deep Roads?
Wiser men than I have worried over that. One of the wardens said the Archdemon's strength gave the Horde some semblance of purpose.
Yeah.
If they found some other purpose...
That would be bad. Is there anything else, or can we talk of other matters?
That's the only thing that needs immediate attention. Do you want something else, Commander?
What does a Seneschal do?
As much as you like, sir. Generally, the Keep's Seneschal takes care of day-to-day matters. If anything important arises, I'll alert you.
Can you tell me about Vigil's Keep?
We call her the Vigil. She's been around for a long spell. They say the Alamari barbarians first built a fort here to stop Tevinter incursions from the lowlands of the Waking Sea. They say that the castle is built on a mountain of bones. Much death here.
I have to be honest, though. I think Hal let a lot of this fall into disrepair. I mean, he had wooden walls. Wooden walls. Come on. In a bunch of spots. Farewell.
Commander,
This is Sir Garavel, the new captain of the guard.
I have a matter to bring to your attention.
What do you know about the dark? Anything important?
Potentially urgent. The Orlesians, wardens, I mean, began gathering information while they were here. The most promising lead they found was a wild tale a couple of hunters told.
What did the hunters claim?
These hunters, Colbert and, well, the other one, claimed to have stumbled across an entrance to the deep roads. Darkspawn all over the place, they said. And this was before the fiends appeared throughout the whole Arling. The wardens were just about to send someone to track down Colbert.
Where is Colbert?
Colbert and his friend are in the city of Amaranthine. Probably amongst the refugees outside the city gate. Commander.
Okay.
Warden Commander, a pleasure to meet you. I'm Mistress Wolsey, sent by order of the First Warden at Whitehart. I'm to act as treasurer of the Arling of Amaranthine. He believed local men could not be trusted for this post.
One of those local men is right here, Mistress Woolsey.
I have every confidence in the Vigil's loyalty in the matter of arms. But gold corrupts even the most resolute soul.
And Earl Rendon Howe was a pretty crooked guy. So those who are involved with money, even if the men are brave and resolute, may be rather corrupted and unscrupulous and unprincipled. This isn't an attack on you, Varel. I have confidence in you, but that's different. I get her point. Rendon Howe had to find a way to get his money somewhere, especially given the disrepair he allowed this keep to fall into. It's bad even by human standards, which says a lot. Denerim is 1,000,000 times better than this place, and I'm not just talking about it because of its size. So was Redcliffe. So have been the other castles that I visited too. This place is on a level with some of the elven ruins. Ostagar was better. It's shameful when it comes to the defenses on the walls. You're from Weishaupt?
Not Weishaupt itself. I'm from many places. I go where the wardens command. Sir, the Arling is on the brink of economic collapse. Trade must flow. Merchant caravans are being systematically attacked somewhere along the Pilgrim's Path. It is the only route that can reliably provision an army, feed a city, and maintain civilization.
I am new to the Arling. Which road is the Pilgrim's Path?
It is the road here from Denerim. You can see why it would be important. In the city of Amaranthine there is a trader, Mervis, whose caravans have been hit particularly hard. He may know where along the road the Darkspawn, or whatever they are striking.
Have you ever been... Why does the First Warden care about Amaranthine?
About the Arling? He does not. But about the implications? A great deal. When Warden Commander Dryden was cast out of Ferelden generations ago, it created a dangerous precedent. Her true story, and that of the Warden's exile, is one you yourself uncovered at Soldier's Peak, at great personal risk. We are now presented with another precedent. Wardens owning lands and commanding fealty from lesser nobles. If your Arling succeeds, it will be an example to other kingdoms that wardens are important, blight or no.
True. Have you ever been to Weishaupt?
No. It is far to the north. The fortress is said to be impregnable. It still has the areas where the griffins of old would breed. But their like will never be seen again.
This bothers me, but I'm going to say it, even though it's offensive.
The Fereldans are a proud people. They are proud of you, especially. Had the First Warden sent foreign fighters, it would have caused great distrust amongst the locals.
True.
Barrel was specifically chosen as seneschal because he commands great respect here.
True. That will be all, Mistress Woolsey.
Very well, Commander.
Okay. Anything to add?
Once I become a Grey Warden in truth, I hope we can repay these monsters for what they've done here.
I don't know if it's vengeance, sacrifice, or desire to do duty that's driving you, but I am concerned that you don't seem to remember anything other than when and what happened here. Something very strange happened with the joining. Very strange indeed. The disciples are darkspawn that have become sapient after some sort of process of awakening, after which they choose their own names. They are cunning, powerful, and hold influence over non-awakened darkspawn. The First Warden. The nominal leader of our order is the First Warden, but you can expect little assistance or guidance so far from the Neanderthals. Even those close to Weishaupt learn to suffer alone. The murmurs are true. The First Warden is often embroiled in the politics of the Neanderthals, and has little opportunity to consider worldly matters. I'd like to believe it is a matter of survival, not of political self-interest. It is probably both. Know that your mission is, the question is which will triumph over the other depending on the situation and the warden. Know that your mission is vital. You carry the hopes of our orders. If the highest among us holds noble titles outside of the Neanderthals, perhaps we will be better situated when the next blight comes, as we all know it must. A confidential report for the Warden Commander. Vassals and their liege. Some kingdoms rigidly define the rights of vassals and their duty to their liege. In Ferelden, a relatively new kingdom, the Arls and Arlessas theoretically command their Arlings, bands, and lords. In practice, these lessers often zealously maintain their independence. Some Ferelden vassals must be goaded instead of ordered, swayed, not ruled. Vassals owe military obligation to their liege, yet often deny even sworn oaths and signed contracts. In contrast, even sworn oaths and signed in contrast, the vassals expect their liege's protection, despite provocation otherwise. A successful Ferelden liege applies force, persuasion, and duplicity in equal measure. From a Guide to Statecraft, published anonymously. That is true. The Vigil. Vigil's Keep is one of the oldest settlements in Ferelden, older than Denerim and Gwern. The barbarians who battled the Tevinter Imperium chose this location for a fortress, so that their warning fires would be visible at great distance, when Tevinter ships neared the coast. The Vigil has seen battle in every major invasion of Ferelden. Tevinters, rival barbarian clans, and Orlesians have all held their battlements. The Vigil was the first fortress to fall to the Orlesians and the last to be freed. I can understand why it was the first to fall, given the poor quality of the walls, unless they're the ones who knocked them down. Most people, and maybe they didn't want to have strong walls in case someone tried to fortify it against them. Most people enjoy being kicked in the head. Regardless, Anders joined Natia to defeat the Darkspawn in Vigil's Keep, and he did a good job. Afterwards, Anders was recruited into the Grey Wardens. He survived the joining. When the blight was ended, Oghren settled down with his old flame Felsi and had a child. But domestic bliss did not last, and so Oghren traveled to Vigil's Keep in hope of becoming a warden himself. Oghren, what about your family? You better give them money. You better support them. And I would be more than happy to have Felsi and the child come here. Oghren survived the journey. His extensive experience drinking bitter swill likely helped. I doubt it. Oghren's passion for strong drink has waned. This makes me angry. I've about had it with Oghren. Oghren, this is enough. Enough is enough. Okay? If you want to fight, you also have to take care of your family. They could come here with the kid and settle. You know, you didn't have to leave them behind and abandon them. I hope you're giving them money. I hope you're supporting them in some manner. Seneschal Veril. Veril has spent his life defending Amaranthine. When Rendon Howe was Arl, Veril briefly became Seneschal of Vigil's Keep. but he repeatedly objected to Howe's orders and was demoted to lower and lower ranks. Nonetheless, he continued to serve with defiance. When Howe's acts turned more sinister, Varel secretly sheltered those in need and used what little power he had to counteract the Earl's atrocities. Soon Varel was languishing in the dungeon, awaiting execution. But Howe died first. Good man, Varel, I knew I could like you and respect you. When the Grey Wardens took over Amaranthine, the Order reappointed Varel as Seneschal. Although Varel is not a warden himself, his position as chief administrator of the Warden's lands makes him privy to many secrets of the Order, including the joining ritual. This rare honor is a testament to his character. Indeed it is. And Ogren, I don't accept what you're doing with your kid. I want to see if I can pry that out of you, because I would be more than happy to have them come here.
Ooh, I think a blister on my foot just exploded.
Not helping, Ogren.
So, what about it, huh? Huh?
What about what, Ogren?
I was thinking about my plan for a grand fleet of Mhairi chariots. Talked to your dog about it once. Didn't seem impressed. Thing is, the Grey Wardens could use a snazzier image. Everyone thinks we're a grim stick-in-the-muds. Oh, and the ladies love them chariots. Oh, yes.
Thanks for reminding me of my dog. I miss my dog.
Need something pummeled? Just say so. Hey, you. Is you there? You.
I want to talk to you about Felsi and your son. So that's Commander Hey You, by the way.
Oh, you're a tricky one, but you're not getting into my head. Oh, no. You with your murmuring, your buzzing. I know your plan, but it won't work. I'm onto you.
Are you all right?
I'm just fine. Watching you. Got eyes in the back of my... Oh. Whoa. Oh.
So how am I going to get you to get Felsi and your son here, or find a way if you're taking care of them and didn't abandon them? I don't appreciate this, Ogren. I'm actually pretty pissed at you. Seriously, I am very pissed at you. You know what? Go the heck with it. Fine, Ogren. But I'm going to be honest. Until we get to talk about Felsi and stuff, I don't plan on taking you out very much.
What?
Alright.
Point the way, fearless leader.
Okay. I can tell that you really like me and you really like talking. Let's go see if we can sell some junk, and then let's check the castle.
You need anything, Commander?
See what you have. It's nice, but no. I'll just sell it. Sell it. Sell it. Sell it. Let me check something. There you go. Take Felonden's Reach. Alright. Take the ice arrows. Sure, Beastmaster. That is an appropriate name for a weapon for you, Brogren. And the ice bolts.
You need anything, Commander?
Suchev. I just wish some of the old crowd were still here. Yeah. Ooh, the battle dress provocateur is better. What kill done to that thing? Maybe. Sell it. Go ahead and sell it. Some things away. Put some things away. How much money do we got? Now the money's going up relatively quickly, which is nice. Look at that. For the time being. Hold on to it. Who knows who we might run into that might need something.
May I be of service?
I'd like to have something enchanted.
Of course.
Okay. Okay, Iron. No. So that's how it's going to be. Honestly, we're probably going to be doing a lot of darkspawn extermination, so... There you go, Agron. Let me see if anyone has anything else to say, and then we're going to go on. I'm actually happy to have my own hall. I like the hall. Has skylights. This does seem to be built more stoutly than the rest of these human. And I've always liked how they look. Sometimes I've liked how they look on the inside. And I like all the books and so on. But really, honestly, Dwarven architecture is so much better. You need more than a hall.
Commander. We call her the Vigil. She's been around for a long spell. They say the Alamari barbarians first built a fort here to stop Tevinter incursions from the lowlands of the Waking Sea. They say that the castle is built on a mountain of bones. Much death here.
Farewell. Bye, you, mistress.
I'm here to serve, Commander.
That'll be all.
Very well, Commander.
So let's go. me check something. I could have sworn there's more stuff. Okay. Now let's see how things are out here.
I shall do it.
Yes.
Blimey, Commander of the Grey. Right. A while back they caught a thief in the vigil. Took 4 wardens to capture him. Gave one of the wardens a black eye, he did. Half joking, they said he might make a good recruit.
Where is this thief now?
He's in the dungeon, sir. I also have some letters. Arrived just before you did.
Show them to me.
Just give me a moment.
Daughter Ransom. Commander of the Grey, I am Sir Edgar Beasley, faithful vassal. My daughter and sole heir, Eileen, has been kidnapped by Mosley the Snake's vile lot of miscreants. My fief is small and my means meager, and they have demanded 30 sovereigns in a time frame I cannot meet. I pray you will intercede on my behalf. The ransom is to be delivered to the abandoned chantry by Forlorn Cove. If you produce the ransom, I swear by my faith and Andraste that I will repay you in time. You and my gentle daughter go with my prayers. Sir Edgar Bensley. I can't have bandits treating my vassals like that. I must do something. Farfield, most honored commander. Ever since my husband passed, I've been looking after my family and the hired hands, but the Darkspawn have been getting worse. We have a Templar who checks on us occasionally, but there's a limit to what he can handle. If you help my family, we'll tell Lord Edelbrecht you're a friend. I fear we may not have much time. Good wife, Velena Turnoble. A good noble protects his people, too. A man was caught sneaking around the keep before the attack. Since it took 4 Grey Wardens to bring him down, he is clearly no simple thief. Speak to him in the basement dungeon. Alright. Okay. He is a berserker. It's in his nature. All right.
You slave driver.
Shut up. Get over yourself, buddy. I think I can give you a better... yeah, it is better. Alright. Sell those to Vinter Mage robes. We'll hold on to the vestments, to Reaper's vestments. Okay. Okay, gotta get you set up. Evidently forgot. That's weird. That you basically just essentially like forgot everything that you were. Let me check something. Okay, good. She can use bombs. that will help her. Shield bash. Yeah.
Yes, yes, I heard you.
You again.
Well, I guess we know what their attitude toward me is going to be like. Honestly, that's good enough. Okay. I want to turn you into support. Paralysis is always nice. Miasma. That's something strategic. I will manage that. Before we do anything else, I want to go in here and check something. See if I can get you a helmet. A cowl, I should say.
Anything, Commander?
See, Chef. See if I can get a cowl for... Nope, there's no cowl. Sorry, Anders. We'll see if we can get you later. Actually, I'm gonna wait on them. Until I check the area out. Then I will go back. No. Okay, Anders. I want you to play a support role. I'm going to try a support role with you. Okay. Let's see what his mana pool is like. Yeah, he's still got a decent amount of mana. Statue of Andraste.
Sure thing.
Oh. If necessary.
Look at that! Was Andraste really that much of a looker? Don't you think she would have been, I don't know, a barbarian?
Just because she's a barbarian doesn't mean that she isn't hot. There are plenty of attractive people from all different places around the world. Although the harder the life one lives, the more quickly they age, and the less they lose that fresh-faced attraction. So I don't know. For some reason, whenever I think of Andraste, I think of Leliana. So I don't know if I believe in this maker, but I do know if I believe in the maker. But I do respect Andraste. But I don't know if she was that much of a looker. I suspect my Leliana was better looking.
Got me there. What would she have thought of the Circle of Magi? Forcing mages to fight demons, or be made tranquil?
Well, she wasn't fighting against most mages. I've read and learned quite a bit about human religion, and I do have issues with the Chantry, but I see good things too. I saw positives in Brother Burkle, and how he could help the mages, not the mages, but the castless dwarves there, especially since there aren't any mages. But at the same time, I've also seen how they've done things wrong, and they've pursued their paths too zealously against mages. On the other hand, I understand why they need to guard against mages. I've killed enough apostates myself. I was disturbed by how quick that Templar was to judge you, because I honestly don't believe you killed those Templars. That one Templar that was traveling with Sir Alistair and that tried to challenge my authority as a Grey Warden. I think she'd probably be confused by it.
No doubt you're right. Seems to me that Andraste counseled men to seek their own path to the Maker, but the Chantry uses her words as a reason to collar us just for being who we are.
Some mages are dangerous and there do need to be measures taken. But I need to get on your good side. You're the only mage I've got.
That's so sweet of you. I'm all a tingle.
Oh, shut up.
She's still quite a looker for a prophet. I'm just saying.
She is. She is very beautiful. But I have to be honest, you overplay your hands when you try to be funny, and you just come off being snotty and snide.
You have to come all this way. It's cold here. It's not that cold.
Heron and Wade!
I miss my shop. This place is so drab. It offends my sensibilities.
All right.
Trust they preserve me.
I'm going to go talk to this dwarf first. Feeling at home now. What's up, buddy? We've got dwarves here. Which means this god-awful architecture, we could do something about it, make it friggin' decent. In fact, there's another one. Dworkin Glavonic. Voldric Glavonic. I got two. I got brothers. Awesome.
I emptied out my stores blasting those darkspawn.
I saw ya.
Once we're done with repairs, we should talk.
Okay, I saw you do it, buddy.
I emptied out my stores blasting those darkspawn. Once we're done with repairs, we should talk.
Aaron and Wade.
Ah, Warden Commander. I represent Master Wade.
I know.
The finest.
And bloody coldest. I can't feel my fingers.
Finest armorer in Denerim. I thought, well, we thought that you might have need of an armorer.
Master Wade, I remember you. The Drake Scale and Dragon Bone Armor.
My one glittering moment. The highlight of my career. And now I'm stuck at Turnip Keep.
Vigil Keep. Vigil. Sorry, Warden Commander. You know how
Yes.
he gets.
He is quite the prima donna. He's quite the diva. The blacksmith diva. I love him. I love it. What brings you here?
This is a temporary relocation. The Darkspawn are most active around Amaranthine. We thought we could help.
And you get a good
And I
government
suppose the money the
contract.
Crown paid us had nothing to do with it?
Shh.
As I was saying, you got yourself a good government contract, buddy. Smart move. I love having you guys with me. That Drake scale and dragon bone armor is fantastic. I still got some pieces of it, in fact. My men will need armor, yes.
Providing arms and armor for common soldiers. Oh, dear dignity. If we are going to be so dreadfully plebeian, I don't suppose Amaranthine has any proper metal. Silverite? Viridium? Or are we back to bronze weapons? Stone clubs?
Wade has a point. He's happiest and fastest when presented with a challenge. If you come across any deposits of ore, let us know.
I will. I would love to outfit all of my soldiers with Wade's high-quality Viridium armor, Silverite armor, anything else. I mean, if I could give him that Wade's, the Dragonbone and Drake skill stuff, that would be even awesome in itself. Let me see your shop.
Oh, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yep, the weapons are getting better. Whoa, we're going to have to save money up for that one. Very nice. Yep, there's that dragon bone stuff. Interesting. Ooh, that's nice. That's down the road, but that's nice. And there is the old dragon bow. But that clamshell, ooh, that's nice. Okay. Let me check some things. Wade can make better armor for your soldiers if you find deposits of suitable metals. Farmer and a family under threat from Darkspawn. She's promised to put in good word with Lord Edelbrook if you could protect them. Go to Forland Cove. One of your vassals has asked you to rescue his daughter, Eileen Bensley. Her kidnappers are demanding 30 sovereigns delivered to an abandoned chantry at Forlorn Hope Cove. Speak to Mervis in the city of Amaranthine. Merchant caravans are being attacked on the Pilgrim's Path between Amaranthine and Denerim. To learn more, speak to Mervis, a representative of the Merchants Guild in the city of Amaranthine. That's the Legion. Talk to Colbert about his discovery. Captain Garver reports that 2 hunters stumbled upon what appears to be a cave full of darkspawn. He suggests that you see whether there's any truth to the matter. Colbert and his friend are in the city of Amaranthine. Shadow Black Marsh. Look for Kristoff in Amaranthine. A Grey Warden named Kristoff was absent from Vigil's Keep when the Darkspawn attacked. He was set to discover why the Darkspawn was still active with the Black defeated. Central Varel believes Kristoff began his investigation in the city of Amaranthine. Speak to the prisoner. A man was caught sneaking around the keep before the attacks. It took 4 Graydon's wards to bring him down. He's clearly no sympathy. Speak to him in the basement dungeon.
So, mage, huh? What's it like?
To have all this power at my fingertips.
No, to always have to wear a skirt.
Oh, you don't know the story behind the robes. You know how strict things are in the circle, right? Well, of course you do. Well, the robes make quick trysts in the corner easy. No laces or buttons. You're just, well, you're done before the Templars catch on.
Really?
No.
Just ask anyone.
No. Talk to one more person. All right, another dwarf, and I bet. And you know what? God, these walls are horrible. Friggin' wood and crumbling stone. Ugh. Oh, Vodric.
Commander, so this is human construction, is it? My brother said you'd need a stonemason, but he didn't know the half of it.
You said it. Human. Oh, their buildings are awful. Oh, I've been going on, and finally someone understands it. Oh, ever since Ostagar. Ugh. The only thing worse there was the Tower of Ashal and that little experimental tower they might have built, that they think they might have built. But yeah, other than that, everything was awful. I mean, these have wooden walls with crumbling stone. It's pathetic. If someone built this in Orzammar, they'd be flogged.
Aye. I'm surprised half the buildings in Ferelden haven't fallen over from a stiff breeze.
I know.
The Darkspawn did a number on this keep of yours, but I suspect it was crumbling
It was.
well before they showed up. Your seneschal gave me some fancy decree promising men and monies to fix the vigil, but it's a paltry sum. I suppose it would be sufficient to reconstruct the walls to human standards, but who'd want that?
Yeah, nobody. Nobody would want that. What would it take to rebuild it right?
I'm not certain of the character of the stone in these parts, but we'd need more men for certain. Proper skilled men, not some starving dusters, right? Which all boils down to coin, really.
We may talk later. Farewell.
Aye, Commander.
Sergeant Maverleys?
I don't mean to alarm you, Commander, but it's possible there are still Darkspawn in the Vigil.
The captain didn't mention anything about that.
Let me explain. You know Dworkin? That mad dwarf's bombs shook the whole keep. Some of the deep cellars caved in. I suspect that there are pockets of Darkspawn below, trapped. In time, they may dig their way out.
Ah, Commander. Good thing you're here. This one's been locked up 3 nights now. Good men died while this one was protected in his cell.
Who is he?
He won't give his name. All I know is he was caught poking around the estate in the middle of the night. I'd say he was just a thief. But it took 4 Grey Wardens to capture him. You best be careful. Whoever he is, he's no ordinary burglar, that's for sure. The Seneschal said it was your call, Commander. Technically, all the man's guilty of is theft. But who knows what else he might have come here to do.
I just said that about executing him. I'm not going to execute him for theft. I'd find a use for him. I wanted to see what his reaction was when I said that. Just to let him know that I have the power to do it. And see what his reaction is. So far I see no reaction. And that tells me a lot. I'm not going to execute him anyway. The most I would do is have him do labor or work or something like that. Or be in jail and serve his time. And then have him be a laborer at the same time that he's in jail. But I wouldn't execute him just for theft. But if I can find a use for him, that would be even better. Let me talk with him.
As you wish, Commander. I'll tell the Seneschal you came. He'll want to know what you decide to do with this man.
I shall do it.
See what we've got here. Antivan longbow, ornate leather gloves, boots. Not bad, but I've got better.
if it isn't the great hero, conqueror of the Blight and vanquisher of all evil. Aren't you supposed to be 10 feet tall with lightning bolts shooting out of your eyes?
They actually shoot out of my ass. But you should see the farts that precede them and how they fell my enemies with their incredibly noxious, poisonous stench. I see my reputation precedes me.
It does. I know you best as the one who murdered my father. I am Nathaniel Howe. My family owned these lands until you showed up. Do you even remember my father?
Yes, he was a right piece of shit who tortured people that he had that were his prisoners, murdered and butchered and enslaved elves. Yeah, he was a piece of garbage. Killing him made me feel very good. But I'm not going to tell you that, because then you'll probably attack me and I'll have to kill you, and I don't really want to do that. So you came here for revenge, is that it? There's no point in yelling at each other over him being a traitor, or him bringing it on himself.
I came here. I thought I was going to try to kill you, to lay a trap for you. But then I realized I just wanted to reclaim some of my family's things. It's all I have left.
Tried to have me killed?
That was the plan. Look, I know you're a hero. You fought a war and you won, and to the victor go the spoils, right? Whatever my father did, however, shouldn't harm my whole family. The Howes are pariahs now. Those of us left. It's all thanks to you. And now you get to decide my fate. Ha! Ironic, isn't it?
Well, he didn't have anything to do with his father, from what I can tell. You can't visit the sins of the father on the children, no matter what some people say. That's just stupid. I mean, that's part of the problem with Orzammar. Orzammar condemns the castless for alleged crimes committed centuries and generations ago on behalf of thick-headed, idiotic ancestors. So just as I believe that it's wrong to hold people like me guilty for crimes that I never committed and there's no way I could have, I think it's wrong, maybe wrong for me to hold Nathaniel Howe guilty for crimes that were committed by his father, because he had nothing to do with it. What will you do if I let you go?
If you let me go? I don't know. I only came back to Ferelden a month ago. If you let me go, I'll probably come back here. You might not catch me next time.
You're not making the best case for yourself.
I could lie, if you prefer.
Please don't. I appreciate your honesty. I understand we had trouble capturing you.
I'm not without skills. My time abroad wasn't spent chasing skirts and drinking wine.
What skills are those exactly?
Hunting, scouting, poisons. Why? What do you care?
I need a rogue. I need someone who can disable traps, who can unlock chests, who can spot ambushes, someone in the back to shoot some arrows, toss some grenades, poison some people. All sounds very good to me. I'm not going to antagonize him by saying that because I need a rogue. Do you really hate me so much?
The Darkspawn are a menace. If it weren't for the Blight, maybe my father would never have done what he did. But I can't do anything about them, can I? There's just you and the Grey Wardens here in my home.
I'm not going to antagonize him. Perhaps you should work to redeem your name.
You're right. I'll go join King Alistair's service immediately. He'd be certain to give a Howe another chance.
I've decided what to do with you.
Already? Good.
I brought the seneschal for you, Commander.
I see you've spoken to our guest. Quite the handful, isn't he? Have you decided what's to be done with him?
Did you know this was Nathaniel Howe?
A Howe? He figures that they would turn up again. The Haus are implacable enemies, Commander.
Then it's my job to try to find a way to turn him into a friend. I need a rogue. He's skilled, and I don't want to punish him for the sins of the father anymore, because it was wrong to punish the Cassis for the sins of their grandparents or ancestors, so I'm not going to punish him for his parents. I wish to invoke the right of conscription.
You what?
I'm sorry, Commander. The right of conscription? On the prisoner?
Yep.
No, absolutely not. Hang me first.
That's not an option, buddy. You don't think this is better than dying?
Hard to say. You like having Grey Wardens who want you dead?
Some of my best friends have wanted me dead.
You really want a How as a Grey Warden? Mm-hmm. You are a very strange woman.
Thank you.
I can't decide if this is a vote of confidence or punishment.
Both.
An interesting decision, Commander.
Thank you.
Come with me, sir. We'll see if you survive the joining. From this moment forth, Nathaniel Howe, you are a Grey Warden.
The moment of truth.
The Howe is stronger than I expected. For better or for worse, he will live.
Good. Let's talk.
I don't think we should dally. I don't think we should dally.
Okay. Hello, Nathaniel. First off, there we go. There we go. Very good ring. Very good ring. Guess the buckle goes right back on. That works. We'll sell that. Dexterity versus defense armor. We'll sell them both. Give you some barred dancing shoes from Leliana. Okay. Leather gloves. I'll sell that Antiban crossbow. Arrows. Let's go for ice. We'll have to get you a hat too. I wonder. Give me that saw sword. Give me the throne of dead gods. Okay, Nathaniel. It's 45.9. That's 45.8. I wonder. No, that's actually 46.2. Okay. Now let's sell some stuff.
You need anything, Commander?
Yep. Let me see what you have. Sell the twin blade. Sell that. Sell the Bear's Embrace. And the Trickster. Dimension Mage Robes. Clothing. Alright, fine. I wonder. Mm-hmm. Okay. Talk to Sarah, then I'll talk to Hal.
May I be of service?
Something enchanted.
Of course.
Okay, Papa Duncan, we'll find a use for your swords.
We should keep our mind on the task at hand.
So I'm gonna go check the area out here, then I'll come back and talk to you guys.
Yes. Yes.
I'm familiar with the Argo and I want to see what it's like with the others. Okay.
So, you're a Howe.
Do you have a point, Mage?
Hey, I'm fond of the Hows. I'm also fond of the whys, the whos, and the whats.
What happened? Where did all the bloody Darkspawn come from? The Vigil will endure, Commander.
The Vigil's been sacked and rebuilt dozens of times. We'll recover from the attack.
I would like to build a better version of the Vigil.
It is begun.
That wouldn't get sacked and burnt dozens of times.
What happened? Where did all the bloody Darkspawn come from?
I don't know. Just called back by the captain myself. All those Orlesians dead.
Andraste's blood. If the Darkspawn have numbers enough to ambush the Vigil... Sir?
Nothing to report, Commander.
Okay.
Samuel! Groundskeeper Samuel! Is that you?
Who? Maker's breath. If it isn't little Nate. I'd know that face anywhere.
Groundskeeper, I am overjoyed that you stayed on. Please, do you know how my brother died? And my sister? I was in the Free Marches.
Your brother died in the war. And Lady Delilah, don't you know? She isn't dead, son. Not that I know of. Last I heard, she married a storekeep in Amaranthine. Don't know which one. Poor girl.
Did you hear that? My sister is alive.
Yep. That's wonderful news.
Could we ask around the shops? Next time we're in Amaranthine?
Yes, definitely. We could take a look. Yes, sure.
Thank you. I would be interested to know just what happened to her.
Again, I don't believe in punishing people for what their father or other relatives did. I mean, that was what hurt the castless and holds back the dwarves so badly, is this obsession with ancestors. If I'm going to condemn its employment against me, I'm going to condemn the employment against others. Ah, cute little kitty. Hey, little buddy. Hungry little fella? Let's take the cat with me. Yes, you are, you cute little fella. I bet you get along well with my dog, Batty Buddy. Don't worry, he wouldn't hurt you. He'd like a cute little buddy like you. I miss Batty Buddy. I miss Batty Buddy a lot. It's raining. Let's get out of the rain. We'll sell some stuff. Private's got something to say. First off,
You're back. You need anything?
It's your shot.
Oh, of course.
You know who I wonder might like this? Let's... Okay, so it's not raining right here.
Once I become a Grey Warden in truth, I hope we can repay these monsters for what they've done here.
I don't mean to alarm you, Commander, but it's possible there are still Darkspawn in the Vigil.
There are Darkspawn still about? The captain didn't mention anything about that.
Let me explain. You know Dworkin? That mad dwarf's bombs shook the whole keep. Some of the deep cellars caved in. I suspect that there are pockets of Darkspawn below, trapped. In time, they may dig their way out.
If I don't head down...
We'll station guards and hope the Darkspawn can't burrow out.
I'm good at killing Darkspawn, but not digging. Wait, I'm a dwarf. Yeah, I don't like to dig, though.
We have men who can unearth the rubble at your command. Whenever you're ready, I can take you to the basement.
Let's go, then.
Straight away, sir. Here we are. The vigil goes deep. Real deep. The hallways down here have been crumbling for years and decades.
Yeah,
and
I figured.
that blasted Dworkin's explosives didn't do the structure any favors.
How did the Darkspawn get down here?
I don't know, but no one saw the Darkspawn approach on the surface either. Maybe they found a way to attack from below.
How far down do the basements go?
No one knows. The vigil's always been here. Since the barbarians, they say. Who knows what's at the bottom?
Have the men clear the rubble.
You heard the commander. Put your backs into it. This is where you come in. Who knows what's up ahead? We'll be back here.
The Vigil. Vigil's Keep is one of the oldest settlements in Ferelden, other than Denerim and Gwaren. The barbarians who... I've already read this. The Vigil has seen battle in every major invasion of Ferelden. Tevinter's rebel, barbarian clans, and legions have all held their battlements. The Vigil was the first fortress to fall to the legions and the last to be freed. Not a good history. The cellar beneath Vigil's Keep retains traces of the Avar barbarians. To the Avars, the Vigil was both a fortress and a holy site. The cellars bear monuments to their gods, heroes, and their rare military victories. The Howes are pariahs now, those of us left. Nathaniel Howe is the son of the disgraced Earl Rendon Howe, and among the last scions of the once great family. He blames the Grey Wardens for his father's death, even though it's his dad's own fault, and had intended to assassinate the Warden Commander. Upon seeing Vigil's Keep, however, his childhood home, Nathaniel decided to simply reclaim some family treasures, because he's much more decent than his father, and I want to give him a chance. He's also a talented man. The Wardens caught Nathaniel breaking in. Nadia, impressed to hear that it took 4 Wardens to capture Nathaniel, and it is impressive, invoked the right of conscription, making the young Howe a Warden recruit, try to take an enemy and turn him into a friend. Nathaniel undertook the joining and survived, which makes me very happy. He didn't end up like Jordan, Joy, or Davith, or for that matter, almost like Mhairi did. In a chance encounter with the Howe's old groundskeeper, Nathaniel learned that his sister, Delilah, had married a shopkeeper in the city. That's good news, because again, I don't want the family punished for what father did. Nathaniel was eager to find her. Nathaniel is a sensible fellow who values practical gifts over useless trinkets, which is nice. You know what? I'm not going to do this just yet. Comes from beneath. Sergeant Mhairi reports possible pockets of Darkspawn beneath the Vigil. You can ask Mhairi to escort you to and from the basement. Post a guard out here, a very heavy one, and I will come down and eventually deal with this, but not right now.
Very well.
You don't always wear robes, do you?
Not when I'm naked, I don't.
I mean when you run from the circle. robes would make you easy to spot.
So does the big I'm a mate.
Once I become a Grey Warden in truth, I hope we can repay these
Before I talk to the private, there's something I want to check inside. Mr. Wolsey has something for me.
I'm here to serve, Commander.
Can he do anything to resupply our soldiers?
I will do what can be done, but you would be wise to keep alert for trading possibilities in your journeys. If you can persuade any merchants to trade here, it would benefit the Vigil considerably.
That'll be all, Mr.
Very well,
Wolsey.
Commander.
Okay. Trade must flow. Mrs. Wolsey has asked you to persuade merchants to come trade at the keep.
Commander, the Lords of Amaranthine have come to swear fealty to you and the Grey Wardens. These were Al Rendenhau's vassals. Now they will be yours.
A lot of them probably didn't have a choice to serve him, so I'm not going to hold it against them. Still, lords are lords, so we need to be careful, and you can't let them push you around, but you got to be fair. What do I need to know about them?
Some of these lords bore Rendon no love, but others had their prospects ruined with his demise. Tread carefully, Commander. Lords and ladies, I present the Warden Commander of Ferelden and Arl of Amaranthine.
Commander.
Our differences are many, but our cause is one.
Ban Esmeralda of Amaranthine, as is old custom, you have the honor of beginning.
I promise that I, Ban Esmeralda, will be faithful to the Arl in matters of life, limb, and earthly honor. Never will I bear arms against her or her heirs. So I say, in the sight of the Maker.
I promise that I, Lord Edelbreck...
And so, the ceremony is complete.
Long live the Warden Commander!
The lords and ladies have offered their fealty. Now is a good time to get to know them. Speak to Seneschal Vera when you want the ceremony to end.